Ah yes, another hero revisited, albeit in a different format. I felt like doing another budget Blitz deck tech and my favorite ice wizard of all the available ice wizards called out to me yet again. After all this time, I'm still not sure what the right pronunciation of her name is with all those letters in there. Some silent, some otherwise modified, or maybe not. Bah, humbug I say. As I did in my commoner deck tech of her, I'll just keep calling her Jolanda. The bear approves. Now in order to save money, we have to run a very frostbite heavy build with 2 different attacks mixed in there. We take a slow approach with this deck, trying to set up frost hexes so that our frostbites really start to bite our opponent. And we do play quite a few frostbite generating cards. All the blue ice cards in this deck help us generate frostbite tokens through Jolanda, but that's not all they're good for, as we play 10 cards with Ice Fusion. Other than enhancing the card's effects, we have Insidious Chill to take advantage of the fusion effect as well. And there is another cool combo, pun intended, for which we want to save Mage Master Boots. Sacrificing them to give Encase Go Again means that if it hits, Freezing Point will deal 10 arcane damage. More or less depending on if our opponent still has all equipment or any ailments, so to say. It does work well with Eisenhower Weather Vane as well, as it has Go Again. But now I have an important announcement before we talk about anything more deck related. I have a wrist surgery on the 6th of March 2023. So one day after this video's release. It's nothing too serious, but basically just to restore the full range of motion for my wrist. But the important part for the channel is that I will have a cast around my wrist for a while. Since I'm right-handed and of course the wrist in question is the right one, editing videos will take a whole lot longer. TLDR, I'll keep making videos during my time with the cast, but they probably won't be once a week and probably all over the place upload schedule wise. Maybe I'll try other types of videos that are easier to edit as well, but we'll have to wait and see. Also, thank you for helping me in my quest to reach 100 subs in February. We didn't make it, but we got to 90 by the end of the 28th. And I'll be honest, I just chose a high number for a small channel like mine and didn't think we would even get close to it. But I'll be damned, we made it to the big 9-0. And thank you very much for that, everybody. For now, I'm not gonna set a new goal with my previous announcement and all, but still, do like and subscribe if you enjoy what you see, because there will be a lot more commoner and budget Blitz deck tech videos coming your way. And now to the price of the deck. While my last video saw my cheapest commoner deck so far, this will be my cheapest budget Blitz deck yet. Its price is below 20 euros, 17.67 to be precise. And with these great news, let's get into the deck tech. Our hero Jolanda has 4 intelligence and 18 health. Her ability allows us to play a non-attack action card with a blue color strip from our arsenal during our opponent's turn. If that card is an ice card, our opponent has the honor of receiving a frostbite token. What a joyous occasion. We will, of course, be using Jolanda's signature weapon, Waning Moon. It has a once per turn instant that costs 2 resources to activate. With it we can deal 2 arcane damage to our opponent, and if it's not our turn, it even deals 3. But this ability can only be activated if we've played a non-attack action card that turn. Now the armor lineup is rather reminiscent of a commoner deck, as it often is when you play on a budget. Glacial Horns has an action. Destroy them to freeze a card in our opponent's arsenal and up to 1 ally they control until the start of our next turn. Go again. This combos well with Conduit of Frostburn. It can be destroyed at instant speed to give the next card with an arcane damage effect we play that turn. When this deals arcane damage to a hero, destroy a frozen card in their arsenal. It also has Quell 1. Spellfire Cloak can be destroyed during our opponent's turn to give us 1 resource. It also blesses us with Arcane Barrier 1. And Mage Master Boots, which I mentioned in the intro, want 1 resource and to be destroyed in order to give the next non-attack action card we play that turn Go Again. Go Again. Want more armor? We got Ironhide Helm and Gauntlets. Want more Arcane Barrier? We got Nalrun Hood and Gloves. Recurring things that concern the cards in the deck itself, so I don't sound like a broken record, are: all wizard actions block for 3, all other cards block for 2, and our only defense reaction has 4 defense. And now, at last, here we go. Let's start with attack actions. Fjendal's Fighting Spirit costs 3 resources to play, pitches for 1 and has 7 attack. Whether we attack or defend with it, if we have less life than our opponent, we gain 1 life. Since Jolanda starts with less life than most other heroes already, this effect is most likely active right away. And as this is a generic attack action with 7 attack, this will also pop Phantasm on our opponent's cards. Another so-called popper is the Red Wounded Bull. It costs 3 resources and strikes for 7. If we have less life than our opponents, it gains +1 attack. Once again, this effect will be active right away in most matchups. Next are the non-attack action cards. We'll sort them by ice and then non-ice cards after that. First up are the red and blue Ether Hail. They cost 1 resource to play and deal either 4 or 2 damage. Get it? Ether? Ha! Oh man. The red and blue Icenhowl Weather Vane also cost 1 resource, and the next time we Ice Fuse that turn, we create either 4 or 2 Frostbite tokens under target hero's control. It also has Go Again. From here on, all cards will have a blue color strip. Arctic Incarceration costs 0. Playing this will create a Frostbite token under target hero's control as well. If played from Arsenal, it will even create a second Frostbite token thanks to Jolanda's ability. Cold Snap costs 1 and reads: target hero may pay 1 resource. If they don't, freeze a card in their arsenal until the start of your next turn. If we play it from our arsenal, we even get to draw a card. And thanks to Jolanda's ability, if played on our opponent's turn, for 1 resource we get to freeze a card in our opponent's arsenal, draw a card, and create a Frostbite token under their control as well. Frost Hex is a Jolanda specialization that costs 3 resources. It is an Affliction aura that gives Frostbite tokens under our opponent's control. At the beginning of your end phase, this deals 1 damage to you. Frosting costs 0 and simply deals 1 arcane damage. Ice Bolt costs 2 and deals 3 arcane damage. Insidious Chill is an aura for 3 resources. It enters the arena with 3 frost counters on it. If it has 0, it is destroyed. Whenever we Ice Fuse, we remove a frost counter from Insidious Chill to make target hero discard a card unless they pay 2 resources. Polar Blast is somewhat similar to Cold Snap. It costs 1 resource and reads: target hero may pay 1 resource. If they don't, our next attack action that turn gains Dominate. That is of course nice to have for our few attack actions, but if it is played from Arsenal, we get to draw a card as well. So even if we don't use it to give an attack Dominate, played during our opponent's turn, Cold Snap will let us draw a card and create a Frostbite token under our opponent's control. The last ice card is Winter Spite. We can play it for 0 and make target hero discard a card unless they pay 1. Go Again. Now for the non-ice, non-attack actions. Encase has a red color strip and costs 0 resources. It has Ice Fusion and deals 3 arcane damage to any target. If it was fused and deals damage to a hero, that hero and all equipment they control are frozen until the start of our next turn. The red Freezing Point costs 3 resources and has Ice Fusion as well. It deals 5 arcane damage to target hero, but if it was fused, it deals X additional arcane damage, where X is the number of Frostbites, Ice Afflictions and frozen cards they control. So this card has the potential to put our opponent into serious trouble, especially considering that it deals arcane damage. The remaining action cards are all blue. Brain Freeze costs 0 resources and, much like the last 2 cards, has Ice Fusion. When we play it, target opponent has to reveal their hand. If Brain Freeze was Ice Fused, we get to put an action card with cost 0 from their hand on top of their deck. Emeritus Scolding is the sole pure wizard card of the deck. It costs 2 resources and deals 2 arcane damage to target hero. If it is played during our opponent's turn, it deals 2 additional damage for a total of 4 arcane damage. Ice Eternal is another Jolanda specialization and costs twice X resources to play. It has Ice Fusion and creates X Frostbite tokens under target hero's control. If it was fused, it then deals arcane damage to that hero equal to the number of Frostbites under their control. X could of course also be 0, so if our opponent already has some Frostbite tokens, but we're screwed on resources, we could still dish out some damage. And at long last, the final card and only defense reaction of the deck, Sigil of Permafrost. It can be pitched for 1 resource and costs 1 resource to play. It has Ice Fusion, and if it was fused, the next time we deal arcane damage to a hero that turn, we create that many Frostbite tokens under their control. A word of caution, since this is a defense reaction, it does not activate Waning Moon. In order to make use of Sigil of Permafrost's effect, we need a blue card in our arsenal either to deal damage or to get Waning Moon online. And so, we've come to the end once more. The last deck tag before surgery. I hope you have fun with my Jolanda budget blitz list, and I will see you in the next deck tag video if you're interested. Until then, take care.